Hello everyone. A couple weeks ago, my wife and I became parents of a newborn for the second time. And it's nice to be out and doing some gardening and being in front of the camera and showing you guys plants. So today we'll be looking at this blood orange. There are 3 types of blood oranges that have been recognized, and they're discovering more and more types. The 3 that are a little bit more old school are the Moro blood orange, and that's the more popular one. There's the Tarocco, and then this one is a Sanguinelli or Sanguinello blood orange. Those are synonymous, I've found. And in researching these blood oranges, this is the type that they generally make juice from. Like for instance, the San Pellegrino blood orange, they tend to use this variety. I'm an avid citrus tree collector and grower, so I had to get all 3 blood orange types to grow for myself. This one I got in the mail 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. It's my first ever mail order tree, and it came bare root, and it's finally fruited for us. Today we're going to show you this one, which is quite surprising for its size, because blood oranges tend to be smaller, like the one here. This is pretty much a regular orange, regular size orange, which is super cool. One of the things around the new year, I forget if it was before or maybe even during, after, I had mentioned that we would taste this blood orange together. After the birth of my son, and my mom and my brothers and family came over to visit, I shared the blood orange with them, and they had a good first tasting. So today I'll be cutting into this big one for you and showing you what it looks like on the inside. We have 1, 2, 3 other blood oranges and this really tiny one here. So with my oldest son, we have a parent-child enrichment class that we go to, and we have a week where we bring snacks to the class. And these 3 blood oranges are going to be, I'm going to pick those and share them with the class. I think it would be really cool for the kids to try out. The last time we brought fruit over to the class, it was a dragon fruit that we had grown from our permaculture resort garden over the side. So yeah, I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I wasn't sure if it was too exotic, but it was well received. So I'm going to bring more interesting fruits for the class to get a taste. But today we'll go and cut this one up for you. So let's get in a tighter shot, and I'll show you how to cut this orange off the tree. Southern California is where the modern orange was discovered and propagated and grown. And it's pretty interesting that I ran into someone who grows oranges, and this is what they taught me about how to cut oranges off the tree. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to pull this orange off the tree. What you want to do is you want to cut the orange off the tree, and you want to leave this plug here. This plug will basically let your orange last longer, and it prevents bacteria from getting inside and rotting it out. So if you went and pulled your tree out, like your orange off the tree like this is very, very soft and very porous membrane now for bacteria to get in and rot it from the middle. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as the tree, it's best to cut it off because you don't want to damage your tree and rip off the bark and expose it to bacteria, where then the tree can get infected. So here's our blood orange that we just harvested, and here it is compared. This one is pretty big. This is amazing. This is on the right here is a typical sized blood orange. For this orange, if you look at it, there's not so much of the blush stuff that's here. This one has a lot. Sometimes the more blush you see on the outside, the less you're going to see redness on the inside. So sometimes it's better to find the ones that don't have that much blush on the outside. So let's see here. The description for this blood orange is that it is a colorful spring ripening fruit, has red and orange flesh or orange. I'll start over. Colorful spring ripening fruit has red and orange flecked pulp. Needs more heat than morel for sweetness to develop. Mostly seedless with red blush rind and a tart spicy flavor. So this one, it ripens between, I think it was December and February. So let's go and take it to our cutting board and cut it open and show you what it looks like on the inside. So here we have our orange. And if you look down here, you'll notice that it looks very much similar to a Valencia orange compared with a navel orange. So what this means is this is more of a juicing orange, and it doesn't peel very easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this orange, and this is how I prefer to cut it. So you have the orange, and I cut it on its, I guess, let's see, this is longitudinally. So right through here, and you'll see why. So we'll cut it. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so now with that, we can then cut the wedges out like this. It's super, super juicy right now. It's just popping out. You can see it popping off, all the juice coming out like a volcano. I forgot to look up the spelling for the red pigmentation that's in here. This is a very, it's basically antioxidants here, and I forgot to look up the pronunciation, so I can't say the name right now. So I'll just put the word on the screen. It's basically the stuff that has the antioxidants. So that's the other cool thing about these blood oranges, is that they are super healthy for you. And it's tart, but not a bad tart. It's not where it's like a lemon where you are gonna grimace your face, to, make a grimace on your face. So it's a very nice orange. So here it is again. And these blood oranges are basically discovered as a mutation on a regular growing orange tree. And what happens is when you discover a mutation, you cut the limb off the tree and you graft it onto a rootstock, and then you get your tree. And then from there, the branches that it makes, you do the same, and you propagate your trees that way. So yeah, that's our blood orange. It's the darker the red, the more it tastes like fruit punch. So to me, it tastes like fruit punch. And one that's a good weight. So we've patiently waited 2 to 3 years for this, and it's really paid off. So that's our Sanguinello or Sanguinelli blood orange. Okay, I guess we'll see you in the next one.